Hello from Southern Ontario this July 4th, Independence Day. Hello to the land of Uncle Sam. I'm a bit harried for time. I spent 2 hours talking to Sica here this morning. It was not scheduled or planned. It was spontaneous. I didn't recognize her. She did recognize me. It's a story that spans 2 decades, and I really need to percolate on it a little bit to do it justice. It's a sad tale, but true and very insightful. So anyways, this quick vid, I've often encountered to what I refer to as the girls on the street cleaning up, as Sica was this morning. Sometimes they'll clean up an entire parking lot at a mini mall or a corner of a parkette or stairwells where I work on the weekend. And I'd always sort of wondered about that. You know, in the case of Laura, I thought it was a compulsive behavior because she does have some compulsive behavior, but it had been lurking in the back of my mind, and Sica clarified it. In Sica's case, she does it because it calms her when she gets agitated. I mean, when you hear this woman's story, she had a house and a household, and she's not the only one that cleans to calm themselves, to have a sense of a return to normalcy, I suppose. She was telling me I won't list the location, but she had cleaned up just the other day an entire little mini mall, I guess that's what I'm looking for, a mini mall, and had sat down to rest. She has problems with her feet that being on the street is exacerbated by being on the street. And sure enough, she'd cleaned up, bagged everything up, set it up by the garbage cans there. And as soon as she was done, the proprietor came out and said, well, you can't sit here, you got to move on. She's like, well, I just cleaned up, I'm resting. No, you can't move on. And Sica is willing to do some interviews with me. She said, okay, you've heard the overview of my story, and you know, I'm glad you're going to tell it. We discussed what I'm trying to do here with the channel, etc. She said, but I'm just too exhausted. She said, you know, people think they see us stumbling down the street during the day, but sleep is a real issue. The girls can't sleep at night unless they have some form of protection, someone looking over them. So I wanted to film Sica walking away into the distance, but my phone was loaded up. By the time I dumped it, she was way across the field there. I'd sent her to a little hidey hole, I think, that would be secure for her. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't, well, I have some ideas about that, but on down the road. Again, the idea of lockers. She has lost her stuff, I think she said 6 times since March. And she asked during the conversation if I knew anywhere electronics that were on sale. She wants to get another cell phone or a tablet. Her grandmother sent her $200 or $100 for her birthday 2 months ago, which she has not spent. She refuses to spend it on her habit, which I'll come to when I get into Sica's story at length. I see I've ran on long enough here as it is. But yeah, stick around if you would. Sica's story is very interesting, and she said she's going to take some notes, and perhaps over the next few days, well, perhaps you'll meet her.